So also, some of the other names at 140. I talked to your brother Antoine. And when he talks about titles and guys that have titles, I told him, hey, Subriel Matías is a guy that has the IBF title, and your brother said, "Is that the lineup for me?" And I told him, "It looks like that's supposed to be the lineup to you." And then he told me, "I'm gonna talk to my brother about him." Did you guys talk about him?
Yep.
Talk to me.
And that's a fight that I like. That's
He
a fight
just
I
he
like.
just fought Urshichev. What do you thought about
I
his
seen that.
performance?
I thought he did okay. I thought he did what he normally does. I thought he did what he normally does. He's strong. Um, but I believe in intellect over athleticism. I believe my younger brother is definitely more athletic than him, has more athletic ability, and the intellect that we have within this sport, we're gonna utilize, and I think that shit's gonna be light years ahead of what it is that he's trying to do. That's a fight that I like.
Does that fight go the distance?
Nah, that fight ain't going the distance. That fight not going the distance.
When we talk
That fight
about
won't go
one
the
of the
distance.
most exciting fights at 140, that those two guys get mentioned a lot.
I know.
You've been noticing?
I know. Yeah. But I'm telling you, listen when I tell y'all this shit. In most cases, it's not the biggest, it's not the fastest, it's not the person who hit the hardest, it's not the strongest person who's gonna win the fight. In most cases, it's the more intelligent person who wins the fight. Now, if I'm anywhere as close to being as strong as you or as fast as you, you got problems.
Hmm.
You got problems. You got problems. So
Your
intellect
your
over
brother,
athleticism.
your brother speaks upon Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Is that what you believe?
That's exactly what I believe. Rock'em Sock'em Robot, someone that gets in shape just to be able to throw punches hard for a duration of time, and they tough, mano y mano. I'm just gonna throw this shit. That's not boxing. Marcus of Queensborough is to hit and not get hit. I mean, yes, you want to prove how tough you are and all that, but to just sit there and go blow for blow, that's some stupid shit. Go ahead, throw that shit. I'm gonna slip, weave, slide in, let you throw this shit, and then I'm gonna start digging this shit in between. It's a
Mm.
difference. It's a difference. It's called the sweet science for a reason. I believe that's what I believe. My father used to tell me, shout out to Pops, man. I miss my man. He used to say,
Rest in peace, man.
he used to ask me, man, and we'll watch the fights together. And it'll be like a war. It'll be like a straight out war, dog fight.
You you and
Straight
your
dog
brothers
fight.
together, right?
You know what I mean? My brothers, my father, we just sitting there watching the fight. We watching the fight. My little brothers in there, at the time they was young, the older people in the house, they like, man, that was a damn war. He asked me a question. He said, Shard, he said, what creates a war when you're in there fighting? I said, man, two people that just not willing to give up. He said, nah. That's two people that didn't have a plan B. He said, because when you're really good or strategic at battle, able to create the outlet, create the difference. It's not just mano y mano. It's not just brute strength. You gotta be able to make the necessary adjustments, be able to adapt. If you're one dimensional, that's the shit that you're gonna get. But when you can adapt, you make changes. You ain't gonna get that. You get a better outcome, a much smoother outcome.